Okay, so what does that ending of note mean? Let's talk about that. If you want the spoiler-free version of a review, definitely go check out my spoiler-free review. This is going to be completely full with spoilers of the whole story, so don't check it out if you haven't watched the movie. But anyways, we got a lot of note videos coming out this weekend. Make sure you subscribe and notification bell on to know when those drop. Let's get right into this. So Nope, I think, is definitely bringing the spectacle back to cinema, especially with its twists and turns. And I'm just going to say it. I've never seen anybody make a theory about what actually happened here. So Jordan Peele really got us, and he got us good, let me tell you that. So pretty much this story takes place in a ranch that is going to sort of be go down under due to the reasons of this ranch isn't really used by Hollywood no more, and it was a ranch that was always used like that, and the father figure of the family has died in a tragic freak accident when things from the sky start falling and a coin actually goes through his eye, pretty much killing him instantly there. Now the daughter and the son, OJ and Emerald, are trying to come up with ways to sort of keep the ranch going. OJ is making money on the side by selling horses to a neighboring ranch that is also serving as an amusement park of sorts that is run by Ricky Park, also known as Jupe. And Ricky's sort of like claim to fame as well beforehand was being a survivor of an attack that happened when he was a child actor. And he was a pretty well-known child actor as well. This is very much so said to you throughout the film. But one time on set, there was a chimp that was also a co-star of his on a TV show, and the chimp just out of nowhere went crazy and started attacking and just killing everybody that was on site, and also one of his co-stars severely disfigured. So we definitely see that this was a very tragic event, but Ricky has sort of made it into an attraction of sorts as well, as he has a little museum and recounts the story for money, which he does for us for free though, so there's that. So as all of this is happening, OJ and Emerald are trying to sort of figure out what's next for the ranch and all of that, because Ricky has offered to buy the ranch as well. But OJ really doesn't want to do that because it has a lot of history and legacy, because one of their ancestors was actually the first person that was on a moving picture, which was the man on the horse. And OJ feels that so much sentimental value that he doesn't just want to give up this place like that. One day, however, when OJ is just out there as well as Emerald, they see a flying saucer and they agree that they can actually make money off of this, even make it on Oprah, as OJ says, which I thought was very funny that they kept bringing that up because, I mean, it's Oprah, right? So they're pretty much saying that now they're going to sort of get this on camera, on video, so they go to a Fry's electronics store. By the way, Fry's, it took me way back when I saw that. And they meet this salesman named Angel, who's also a tech person, who says, I can put these cameras for you on everything, but I need to know what's going on here. Like, he's very curious about things, and he's also into UFOs and aliens and stuff, as he puts it. But they're like, nah, we don't need your help. We're going to go do this on our own. However, Angel doesn't listen. He's actually going through the feed, and one night he actually sees what they see as well, but it's not really done in a good way because there was like a bug on the camera. They're just like, we need to get a professional to do this, and they think of a famous documentarian named Antlers to come and help him. He's like, nah, I ain't gonna do something like that. Now, we find out what's happening in Jupiter's Claim when we see that Ricky Park has now had an event where he is going to show the people at the event that aliens exist, and he's going to sacrifice like a horse for it. He claims he's seen the saucer and seen what it does, and now he's going to show them in real time. What actually happens, however, is the alien comes in and the saucer gets close and they don't know what's going to happen, and then it just eats them up. Yes, because in fact, we find out that this is not just a flying saucer. This is a whole creature right here. This is like a kaiju, basically. And now we have OJ coming to get back his horse because he wants his horse back. That's Lucky right there. And he sees this flying saucer, but sees it for what it is, as the creature that just devours everything. And we see him just try and get back home as quick as possible, let Emerald and Angel know what's going on. However, by the time he gets there, the monster's now on top of the house and it's just raining blood. I was just like, what? But it was very much so eerie and like classic horror, just seeing the blood drip through the windows and everything, and I was just like, this is insane. This is where OJ finally realizes that the monster can't hurt you if you're not looking at it. It's not gonna eat you or anything, so you just gotta not look. You gotta be like this, just walking around, minding your business and letting it fly away. But of course, you never know when it's gonna pop up, so they gotta get rid of it. So eventually the documentarian Angel decides to help him, and he's pretty much like, I heard about what happened with Jupiter's Claim and all of that, and I'm interested. So they develop a plan to make like a sort of runway for the creature to go through, and the one that's going to be sort of used as bait is going to be OJ and Lucky. And the documentarian has a camera that doesn't use electricity because the monster sort of sucks up all of the electricity wherever it is, so they pretty much can't use cameras or anything like that, so they have to use something manual. And so the plan starts going according to plan, like it really starts working. But then eventually there is a reporter that comes through that's like, I'm gonna get it on camera, I'm gonna find out what's going on. And he's on an electric bike and he starts going straight to where the monster is. And of course, as I said, since the electricity goes boom away, he pretty much falls flat on his face, and you're just like, this guy needs to chill. OJ, being the guy he is, goes to try and save him, but the monster appears and sucks the guy in. Eventually they start getting more of the footage that they need to finally see that this monster is who they are. But you see that there is a point when OJ is able to execute the plan perfectly and all of that, and you're just like, they did it, it's over. But then the documentarian Antlers gets a little crazy and wants a better shot. He gets out into the open where the monster sees him, and he gets sucked up as well. And then we see Antlers is pretty much gone. The footage, everything, and we're just like, this, just for, like, what is wrong with you? But we'll talk about why he did that at the end. Then we see Angel is also about to get devoured, but then he is able to put some barbed wire on him. And so the creature, once he starts like trying to eat him, of course he spits him back out because of the barbed wire. Now it's up to OJ and Emerald to get a shot because of course there's no more footage or anything like that. And so they devise a plan, but OJ's pretty much like gonna try and save her before this can even happen, because I think he realizes that there is a possibility that they could actually all be devoured, and he'd rather be him than his sister. He goes to the electric bike, but the monster being in close proximity to it makes the bike not really work, so OJ has to lure the monster out a little bit more, and he's just on the horse, so it's gonna be insane. The monster has now shifted into a flower-like type vibe going on instead of the saucer, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna say that this is one of the best looking things I've seen for a monster, and most interesting as well, and I'm really excited to hear what Jordan Peele's thought process was about it throughout the whole thing whenever they do release something like that. Eventually Emerald is able to get the bike going, and she makes it back to Jupiter's Claim in an Akira style finish, which I thought was just amazing. Chef's kiss to Jordan Peele, because beautifully done. She is able to then see that the giant inflatable Jupiter's Claim balloon is there, and she has an idea to sort of get the monster to look at that and eat it, and I think eventually die from it because it's going to pop. But she's also going to be able to take a picture with a giant camera that is in Jupiter's Claim, and after many tries she actually gets the shot, and the monster eats the balloon and it explodes, eventually looking like it got killed. We then see that OJ is still alive at the end, standing there on the horse, and everything seems good. They got the picture, and now what happens next? So I thought that this was such a great film. I thought that everything about it was so cool. I thought the monster was interesting, the twists and turns and all of that. Did not see it coming. Everybody was saying it's the government, actual alien saucer with aliens on it that came from another planet. Maybe it's humans in the distant future. But the truth is, it was just a monster in itself that looked like a saucer at a point. And I say saucer kind of weird. I just realized that in my head. But I thought that was so cool to have, and I think we can also pinpoint back why Ricky Park was so obsessed with this thing, is because I feel that he sort of puts it as a sort of like thing that made Gordy go crazy on the set, because on the set you could see a shoe just standing straight up, and I thought that was something interesting they kept pointing at, was were the aliens in fact the reason that Gordy got so upset? Because when the aliens come into the ranch, the horses do get a little crazy and erratic, but I also think that there is something going on with how the aliens sort of change the magnetic field or something, that maybe animals feel more than the humans do. So I thought that was an interesting thing to sort of note there. Could explain why Ricky Park was so obsessed with trying to figure figure out these aliens and see what was happening with them. I think that the whole message and everything behind the film is sort of spectacle, can sometimes be too much. As we know, the spectacle is always something that humans are longing for. You could even say it and compare it to going viral maybe online. Maybe this video will go viral. You see, I'm doing it right there with the spectacle. But it's the spectacle of it, because Jordan Peele has said that this movie is all about spectacle. It's even as like clear and simple as he also just wanted to make a spectacle film to get people out to come and watch it, but also how people are so obsessed with something like that where they will do whatever it takes to sort of become this person that is part of the spectacle or got the spectacle on film. I think that's the reason we saw Antlers ultimately be killed, is because he wanted more. He wanted to be that person that got the whole footage of everything, and I think that's what definitely killed him in the end, because he was so like driven and passionate, which can be a bad thing sometimes, that it took him pretty much to his premature death, because he just wanted to get this amazing, impossible shot, as he said, and he got it, but of course the film and everything was gone as well. So did he really get it? And so I think that that's something interesting to note about the film. I think that it was also cool how they were sort of like subjecting us to different thoughts about what exactly it was, especially with the aliens. Like the little aliens in the trailer just turned out to be costumes, and then there was a shot in the trailer where you see like a hand like this, but that just turned out to be Grody the chimpanzee that went crazy. And so I like that whole aspect of it, because every time these shots were getting close to happening, you were expecting like, okay, we finally know what it is, and then every time it took you back and it was like, nope, until you finally saw the scene where you saw it was just a creature in itself. Creature in itself was very weird, very creepy as well. It just looked crazy and scary, honestly, because it would just pop up into the mountains and into the clouds and just hide. And as people are saying, this very much so feels like Jaws, and very much so a tribute to films like that, but also to big kaiju monsters like Godzilla, King Kong, all of that. So I'm definitely excited to see the discourse that comes after this. I'm very excited to see it again, because I want to pick up on some things maybe I didn't pick up, and I'm going to have some more videos for y'all, so stay tuned for that. But like I said, it was not a flying saucer. It was a monster from outer space, another dimension. Never really fully explained that, but I think that's for the better, because I feel like once you get to know more about it, it kind of makes it less scary instead of just something that's insane like what it is. By the end, when it changes its shape, I feel like it's kind of pissed already, and it's showing its true form now, and it's sort of not really hiding anymore from them. It's like, I'm here in the open and I'm gonna get you, pretty much type vibes for it, but I could be wrong. I want to check it out another time to really get like into it, what it really is and all of that. But yeah, I'm excited for this film. I thought it was great. I thought everything about it was beautifully done. The shots, the score, the acting, the directing was all perfect, and I'm excited to see more of Jordan Peele in the future. I don't rank this above Get Out, but I rank it above Us, by the way. As I said before, I do enjoy the film, and I'm excited to see it again. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. What are you most excited for in the... What are your theories and your thoughts on the creature in itself and what it represents? Like I said, I think it definitely is spectacle. I think that we see it a lot in our society with people doing whatever it takes to go viral, to be famous on the internet, things like that. And just sort of like how we're so attached to big news and the news and all of that. And a lot of times tragic news and all of that is used for ratings, especially because that's what sort of attracts people to the news a lot more often. So that's why you see a lot of more of these stories, I think, that are just so driven to get people to come and watch it and stay and all of that. And so I think that was an interesting thing that Jordan Peele is saying in this movie, and I would love to hear more of his commentary on it. But anyways, as always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell. We got some more note videos coming out tomorrow and over the weekend as well. I'm going to try and check it out again, so definitely stay tuned for that. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.